Welcome to the first episode of the Searley Talks Warriors podcast, brought to you by the legends at Ortex. Huge fizz to kick things off with one of the greats, Warriors all-time leading point scorer, Shaun Johnson. Last time we spoke on here, bro, you had a hissing blonde lid. Things have changed a little. How things going?
Oh, man, was that the last time we had a chat?
Yeah, on the old potty anyway. Shit.
Yeah, that's a while ago. Bro, everything's good, man. Really good, actually. So, actually enjoying living in Brisbane, which has sort of been a bit of a blessing because I was a little worried, obviously, when we got told that we were relocating. So, enjoying that here, firstly, and then obviously the footy side of things as well. Being back at the Wars, the beloved Wars, has been a pretty cool feeling as well, man.
Oh, no. And pre-seasons are never easy, bro. No doubt you've been battling a bit of head noise. How have things been going, and how easy have you found it slotting back into the group? Have the lads been pretty receptive of you?
Yeah, the boys have been unreal. Really good. I think, I guess considering that I haven't been over here with my family, the boys have sort of become my family, and they've been really welcoming, made me feel really comfortable. So that transition, I guess, going from Cronulla back to NZ over here, I think has gone probably as smooth as it can, or it could have. And that's, a major part, I guess majorly thanks to, the boys and how they've welcomed me. So a bit of a different group since last time I was here. I think there's only 2 or 3 boys that have remained, from the squad that we had in 2018, which is pretty scary to think about, but a really cool feel. Preseason's been brutal, as they all are, but this old boy has been looked after at times, and has just done what he's needed to get himself to, I guess, play my first game this weekend with the lads.
Yeah, mad. And I can imagine the boys have been putting in some hard yards in that Redcliffe heat, bro. How have you adjusted to that?
Oh, bro, training in the heat, it's no joke, hey. It's seriously like, it makes things that much harder. It's just another bit of head noise to battle, I guess. That the drills and the con that, the training staff are going to give you are going to be hard enough. And then you throw in the heat and the fatigue that brings on top of it. So, again, we've sort of, just sort of attacked it, it is what it is. There's other teams training in, the heat as well. And if anything, hopefully it benefits us, throughout the season.
No, for sure. And you didn't lace up the boots last week in the Storm game. Was that more just a veteran move, bro, letting the young boys go at it? Or are you just easing back into
Come on,
things?
bro. This old 31-year-old Rig can't get himself through 24 regular season games as opposed to 2 preseason games on top of that. So, just put it on ice for a week. It was really good to get another week's training under my belt. We had a really solid blowout back up here in Redcliffe on Saturday morning. So, put me in good stead for this week. We've had 2 good sessions this week. Just captain's run to go now. So really excited, Really excited to get back out there this weekend.
Happy days, and a pretty impressive performance from the weekend. Only pre-season, but plenty for us fans to be excited about anyway. What were your thoughts on how the boys went early, bro?
Yeah, it was obviously, man, like, I think it's just really cool to see the boys play. For me personally, I've played against a few of them for a number of years now, but never watched them, I guess, closely. And then coming here and sort of seeing how they move and operate and talk around training, I was really keen to see how they'd go on the field. So to see them just put into action, some of the things we've been working on during the preseason was pretty cool. Like you said, it's only preseason. The result actually didn't matter to me, whether we won or we lost. It was more about getting our processes right and implementing some of those things that we had been practicing for the last sort of 12 weeks in preseason. So, solid foundation laid by the boys, and hopefully we can build on it come Saturday.
Must have been pretty exciting, though, as a half, seeing those big boys. You like see Adam or Blake's just rolling through the middle, bro.
Oh, like, I'm sitting here with a couple of the other boys that didn't play, and I'm just going, far out, man. Get me behind that any day of the week. You got your big bops. It's not just their big frames or their running hard. It's like their skill as well. Really good short passing, really good skill. And that's sort of the dimension of the game that, the good teams are doing really well now, sort of linking passes between their big men. And we've certainly got a forward pack that can do it. So it is exciting for your halves in the side in particular.
Sure. And the team was named today. You're named in there, first time in 4 years. I think 1,267 days since you've worn the jersey, but who's counting? You must be excited to be out there, bro. back in that Warriors
Yeah,
jersey.
it's going to be real special, man. Like I know, like it is only a preseason game, but sort of encompasses a whole heap more than that, really. You know, for myself, like I just the way things unfolded and you leave, you never really sort of think it's a chance of you coming back and then you come back. And now you're at the point where you actually get to slide the jersey on and get shoulder to shoulder with the lads and represent the club that you love so much and you've always loved. So it's going to be a real special day. Obviously firstly just get some good quality footy under my belt heading into the season, and secondly having my partner Kayla, my wife Kayla, and my daughter Miller here as well is something that I didn't think was going to happen a week ago. So I thought I'd be running out there with I guess no family in the stands, and now I've got my two girls here that I get to sort of go to work in front of as well. So it's going to be a real cool day.
That always helps too. And you touched on it a little bit there, but let's go back to how it actually all happened, because you mentioned you didn't know if you'd be back at the club. As I understand it, you came back for a family holiday, ended up signing a contract. Is it as simple as that? How did it all happen?
It's probably scary that I would say it is literally as simple as that. Yeah, man, like geez, it was a while ago now, so I'm not too sure how accurate my memory is, but from what I remember is I came back to NZ to think about signing at another club. It was pretty much, it was the bye week, a down week, and just needed to get my head around a few things. And obviously being around family and friends would help that. So came back here to do that. And then the opportunity to speak to, I guess, a few key people at the Warriors popped up. And it just snowballed. It happened so fast. And sort of, by the end of my week, I sort of was pretty clear with what I wanted to do and what I felt was the best fit for me at this point in my career. And here we are, bro, talking on the Searley Talk Sports podcast about the Wars. So it's crazy how it all works, eh?
Yeah, for sure. And was that game of golf out there in the Warriors golf cart, that must have been pretty key to getting you across the line. I've actually been playing in that cart a bit lately. Haven't got a contract yet, but I'm still hoping. Was it the magical cart that got you over the line, bro?
Right, that was actually the cart that almost made me not sign. Old Mark Robbo dusted me up on the golf course, shot my confidence to pieces, and I thought, I don't know if I can do this with you. But that game of golf was a good little hit out. Just spoke loosely about where the club's at. He's obviously a very passionate guy. And yeah, just the things that the club's got put in place and the direction that, they're heading in. The recruitment's been really good. And all the pieces of the puzzle just look like, I could slot myself right in the middle of it and, certainly contribute. So yeah, good chance to, I guess, show what I believe, that we've got going and what I believe in the club, come Saturday, 2 p.m. our time.
Unreal. Can't wait. And we spoke on it before, 4 years since you last played. How do you think your game's changed in that time, bro? Do you think you've changed the way you play so much, or is it more how you view the game?
It's a combination, I think, bro. I mean, the way I view game and the way I change game, I guess, has sort of morphed as I've gotten a little older. And, like injuries have been a part of, my career, and in particular the last couple of seasons have sort of slowed me down in a sense. But what it's able to do is also slow down my mind. And yeah, like you said, the way I view the game, the way I approach the game, the way I feel like I can contribute almost more because of the adversity I've been through, which is, for me, a key way to approach it. I'm certainly not be the first to tell you, I'm not the spring chicken 20-year-old that was throwing a few goosies and left foots, right foots, long balls and doing the highlight stuff. But I guess what I am now, bro, is, pretty controlled, level-headed, understands how to execute a game plan, and just guide the boys around the park. And ultimately, I want to give the boys around me confidence, that they only have to worry about doing their job. So that's sort of where I feel like I'm at in my career. And don't get me wrong, you still might see a little bit of razzle dazzle here and there. And but I guess that magic sort of Johnson sort of stuff, which, I'm confident I can still do from time to time, but largely it'll be the level-headed. We've got some big boys in our pack, so giving them as much rest as I can through some, repeat sets and building some pressure where I can is what I'm really excited about doing for the team.
So what I took from that is that the razzle's still there and we're going to see plenty of it. That's exciting stuff. Coming home to New Zealand was no doubt a big draw card to signing back with the club, bro. You mentioned your family's over there this week, which is pretty special, but obviously things haven't quite played out as many people would have hoped. So how have you found things over in Redcliffe, and how hard is it being away from the family?
Yeah, I've been pretty transparent, bro, with the whole process of moving away from my girls. It is a situation that's obviously not ideal, and it has been really hard, to be honest. It's been challenging from a personal, standpoint, but I guess on the other side of it, professionally, like I'm so happy, like I love showing up to the club every day. And once I sort of walk through those gates, I try and make a conscious effort to sort of leave whatever feeling or emotion I've, had on the drive in or whenever, sort of at the gate, and done my best to try just bounce in every day with a positive attitude and a attitude to learn and work, and then sort of deal with whatever I'm feeling sort of when I come home. I've got a good crew around me as well, that don't live too far, and we sort of, link up sort of every other day or every day off or during the weekends and sort of do something, which has been really helpful. Like all in all, it is challenging, bro. It is tough, but these are just the times we're all in, and I know that there's people out there that are doing it, just as tough or even tougher. So, sort of glass half full type mentality, which has sort of saved me a bit.
Yeah, there was a few calls for SJ for PM. I don't know if you saw, but she went viral as a political role on the cards in the future, mate.
No chance, lad. No chance.
Shit job, that one. Round 15, The old homecoming to Mount Smart, unfortunately cancelled just a couple weeks back, but there's still hope that the remainder of those games scheduled for the mighty Fortress can be played back on New Zealand soil. I imagine it would be pretty special feeling for you, bro, to trot back out onto Mount Smart in front of the Warriors faithful and play another game at home.
Oh, man, I think like everyone involved with the organisation is just so hopeful that can happen. Yeah, bro, I think about running out of that state, running out onto Mount Smart, and I can't even put into words, bro, what it'll mean and the feeling I'll get from it. I just so hope it can happen, bro. I really just hope it can happen, and like we'll keep our fingers crossed that if it does happen, we can return home with a few wins under our belt and get a few of those supporters on board, and they can sort of welcome us back and pack up Mount Smart and make some noise for us. So that's the plan, that's the goal. Fingers crossed it can happen, because I know not just myself but all the boys and everyone involved with the club would just huge fizz for that one. Huge.
We'll be waiting at the airport, that's for sure. I did wonder if a few of the Aussie boys, do they kind of ask about Mount Smart and are they keen to come back, or is it just the Kiwi lads who have had a taste of it before?
Bro, the Aussie boys are that lost, bro. They ask if there's beaches in New Zealand. They're like, is there sun in New Zealand?
We are, man.
I'm like, are you kidding, mate? Like, we've got one of the greatest countries in the world. Are you serious with that? And they're asking me that, then they're in for like the best surprise of their lives when they get to taste Mount Smart for the first time. So, look, we'll get them ready. We'll get a few wins and return home with a smile on our face.
Beauty. Sounds like they've set the bar pretty low, so that's a good start. There have been quite a few changes to the club since you last played, mate. New owner, new coach, lots of roster changes. What's your thoughts on how the club's looking ahead of the 2022 season? Must be like different for you, but exciting as well, because it seems like everything's set up pretty well now. Yeah, man. What year hasn't there been a lot of change at the Warriors, bro? My whole career, I feel like there's just been change. So what I will say though is I genuinely am really excited, bro. And I'm not going to sit here and do the whole, this is our year and all that sort of stuff. But please don't.
From my memory, from my time at the club, I don't know if we've probably had a more detailed preseason. A preseason where we've sort of stripped the game back and really built, our core principles from the ground up, working on real fundamental, skill. Working on being fit, working on being strong and moving better, so I don't know what sort of happened at the end of last year, but the coaching staff over here have really sort of stripped back the game and looked at, what do we need to do? Really what are we missing right now? And they've sort of come in with a real sort of basic, simple philosophy, strip the game back and build it up again. So it's been pretty cool to see that process, and now we're sort of starting to see it all come together. But really, I can sit here and say it's exciting and all that, but our first challenge is when we get smacked in the face round one. You know, how we deal with it and how we grow from it. So, you know, the fact that we're sort of starting to plant the seed on all these sorts of things, that I guess does have me pretty excited.
Sure, and we mentioned a bit of change. One of those positions where there's been a lot of change has been in the halves. Must be quite exciting for you, though. You got 3 strong candidates, a lot of depth in an area that we haven't really had much depth in the past. So must be exciting for you. A good battle in the halves to see who partners you, and lots of talent there. Exciting times.
Yeah, it is. So it's obviously a real crucial role, and but I just think even with COVID still around and the protocols and that, like, you're going to need depth, you know, if you want a chance of being successful this year. So the fact that we've got it in key positions, you know, that's like takes a load off your shoulders, and it is exciting for the squad. So I'm not too sure what the halves pairing is going to look like, you know, to open the season. But one thing I do know is that we all work together and we all feel real comfortable that whoever gets the nod will do the job. And if something were to change or something were to happen, whoever comes in has the same mindset and can do the job. You know, it's about building a quality squad with depth. So, you know, for me in particular, that's about getting our halves on the same page, driving the team in the same direction. But, you know, you've got your own little sort of touch on it. So, yeah, man, we'll see what happens with, I guess, the who's in the halves for round one.
Sure, I like the sound of that, though, the old next man up mentality. I think.
Well, can I also say that I'll give you a heads up on who it is, so you don't print out any whack lineups again.
Shit, that was leaked, mate. That wasn't me. Hey, look, that was off the NRL.com website, mate.
When I saw that lineup and I messaged you, I go, bro, we haven't trained like that all preseason. I just said, oh man, this is the trouble, eh? Like,
I thought
and
the
then
boys
you
were
see them run out. They didn't run out like that, eh? And I was just like,
there was a few changes. There's a few higher numbers in the team than what was on the team list, but I liked the look of it. It looked exciting. Shit. I think one thing all Warriors fans are really looking forward to this year, bro, is your combo with young Reece Walsh. What has been your first impressions of Walshy? And in a way, do you see a bit of your younger self in him? You both had unreal rookie years, both rose to NRL fame pretty quick, lots of razzle-dazzle highlight plays. So what have you thought of Walshy?
No, I don't even want to say like he reminds me of my younger self, because, bro, like, he is not short of confidence, man. And like he's he's got the confidence of a bloody 10-year veteran, bro. Like he speaks his mind and he speaks his truth and he speaks up, you know, even if it's not even the right thing to say, you'll just say it. And it's like you love that about him, you know, because it's actually like, you see that in the way he plays the game, just so carefree and just flamboyant and eyes up and instinctive, you know. What are you doing? You meant to be asleep. Sorry, bro.
That's what it's all about.
What are you doing? You've been crying in bed. You need to be asleep. Come here. Come say hello. Uppy. Oh, this is what it's all about.
Oh, how good.
See, say hi. Say hi. But yeah, like Walsh, yeah, he's a freakish talent. I guess, like, you look at it from outside in, there is probably some similarities with those examples that you just said. But honestly, I've got nothing on, you know, what he's got. He is that silky, bro, that good, where it's scary what he could be. You know, if he can sort of just be guided right and
yeah, fair enough.
and sort of nurtured right.
I agree. Maybe you're the one to guide him, Miller.
Well, that's if he sticks around and doesn't go to the Dolphins. Here, give me a sec.
Not this again.
Yeah, hopefully, you know, we can keep him on for a little bit, and then we can sort of, you know, build that combo for the next couple of weeks, and build that combo for the next couple of years. Sorry, and he can sort of stick around and be one of the greats. So yeah, really excited, obviously, to work with him. It's hard because he's suspended for the first couple of rounds, man. So it's like you want to build reps and, you know, get good quality timing with them, but at the same time, you sort of need to work with whoever the fullback's going to be and the different pairings, you know. So Probably hasn't been the ideal start to, I guess, our relationship on the field, but off the field, yeah, he's a good fella to be around. We're bouncing off each other, so yeah, he's all good.
That's bloody good. And I see Tohu, he's out till around May, they reckon. So you got yourself AFB, still plenty of leadership in the squad. Is that something you're really looking to take on this year? Guide the boys around the park on the field and then also off the field?
Yeah, definitely, bro. I think that's sort of been a natural progression in my career where being the halfback of a side, you're sort of, forced to be some sort of leader in terms of, delivering game plans and that. But now sort of just through the path I've, had in the NRL and the years I've played, which have just crept up on me, like you don't realize how many years you've played or how fast it goes until you're sort of, you're in the position where you're the older guy and you're mixing with younger guys every day. It is a role that excites me, just being a part of the leadership group and helping the team, I guess, work towards where we want to go and drive the standards and just be a part of the growth of the squad. So obviously Tohu's the skipper. Like you said, we've got Adam, we've got other experienced players, Benny Merds, Wade, Dallin, we've got other boys there that can certainly contribute as well. So yeah, man, it's a collective effort.
Awesome. And speaking of some of the younger boys, looking forward to the future, have there been any rookies that have really stood out to you, ones that us Warriors fans should keep a real eye on in the next couple of years or even this season as a bit of a bolter?
Yeah, look, I think you're going to see, like I mentioned earlier, you're going to see a lot of boys probably get a first grade berth at some point just through COVID. Yeah. But if I was to pick one that I'm pretty excited to see go around that you probably haven't seen much of, would probably be young Villy. He's a young centre. Yep. I understand he's been in the Warriors system for a couple of years now, but I think he's going to be a good player, man. A really good player, just a bit more educating. But yeah, I think he's getting first crack outside me this week in right centre.
He's starting.
So just keep an eye on him because he's aggressive, defensively, likes to get up and, get in the face of the attackers and carries the ball really, really hard too. So, yeah, I'll throw him up.
Yeah, nice. Couple quick fire questions. Who's the fittest or strongest in the team?
Fittest? I'll base my fitness off a Bronco.
Oh, what are you running, by the way?
The old boy?
Yeah, because we just did one the other week.
I trod in at a humble 450-ish. Just over.
Sharp, mate. You'd go well at Northcote Rugby Club. That's top 3, mate. The boys are blowing.
You reckon?
Yeah.
You reckon?
Yeah.
Okay. But the quickest I think was by Chanel.
Ooh.
Yeah, Chanel Harris-Tabita. He ran like a 4:30, I think.
Sharp.
Yeah, so that was pretty quick. That was pretty impressive to see. But other fit guys, Joshy Curran, Wade Egan, they run really well too. Strength-wise, like Matt Lodge, when he wants to have a crack in the gym.
Yeah.
And Adam as well, like just when he wants to have a crack in the gym.
Must be nice though.
Yeah, they're all pretty strong fellas.
And who's the biggest joker in the team, bro? Who's the pest?
Pest. Hold on, let me think. Bro, probably Adam.
Yeah.
He's like a little kid, eh? Like, just loves having a laugh in that. Like, he'll always just like, he's perfect for a situation that's a bit icy, a bit like awkward in that, and he'll just find a way just to break it and get everyone like, having a little chuckle. So, I'll probably go Adam.
Nice. And who's the culture guy, bro? Who's the one always bringing the fizz, jing the boys up on and off the field?
Siro. I would definitely say, Bailey Sirinen. He's been our energy guy throughout the preseason, and also Marcelo Montoya, another big energy guy. Just real good to be around, just positive. You literally get around him and you're just feeling instantly better. So, those are my two.
Nice. Who's the first one always grabbing the aux cord in the sheds? Who reckons they got the playlist?
Bro, Tohu Harris.
Oh.
So he'd get it and plays like the most boring songs, like Christmas carols and shit. I'm like, bro, this isn't what we need right now. And he's just having a good chuckle. Half of it's just a G up to him. But like, seriously, the other one that actually carries the speaker around in that all the time and actually plays some good tracks is big Ali Katoa. He's sort of, I'd actually probably, say Ali Katoa is our music guy.
Yeah, nice. I could see that. Who's the most likely to go viral on TikTok, bro?
Young Leighton. He's a young kid. he's in that generation where like just all the confidence in the world to be that guy.
Yeah.
So he's out there doing some TikToks and that I understand. Obviously, I don't dabble in TikTok, mate, so I get told about it. Bit of Chinese whispers in that here and there, and I understand he goes quite well on it.
And then I've opened it up to a few listener questions, bro, but I've censored them, so don't you worry. The first one,
you know what, bro? I could imagine some of the putrid questions that came in from, I guess, I'll say people we know.
yeah,
People we know.
there's a couple. Some of you really good mates, so you need to look in your inner circle. But the first one comes through from Teemo, and he says, if you could swap feet with anyone in the NRL, so take their step, who would it be?
Ooh, I'd probably go Ponga. Yeah, Ponga.
Yeah. Jake Rutherford, he says, one rugby union player you'd love to see have a crack at league, and PS, I love you. So that's a nice little touch there from him.
Jakey Rutherford, boy, I love you too.
Yeah.
Appreciate that. Rugby player I'd love to see in league. Oh, man, I can think of a handful. Richie Mwanga, I reckon, would be gun. Bigger Kida Ioane.
Yeah, shit.
Right, throw him in the back row. Good luck.
Lethal.
And then Aaron Smith. He can pass me a 30-meter pass off the ground and put me on fucking D defender any day of the week. I'll happily take that.
Yeah, give you a bit of time. I like that, actually. He's quite keen too. He's mentioned it a few times, eh?
Oh, bro, honestly, he'd be a freak. Might have to get used to the defensive load a little bit, but, let's talk attack. Let's talk razzle-dazzle, and those are my three.
Yeah, that's how you sell them. Another one, James Welch, he says, throughout your career, do you watch other NRL games during the week, or do you just like to get away from footy when you're not playing?
Bro, I sort of went through ebbs and flows, eh? Like there was periods in my career where, maybe I was under a bit of scrutiny or not playing good footy or, injury. I don't know what it was, but I remember there was times where I just needed to get away from it. So I wouldn't watch games during the weekend. But the last couple of seasons, obviously I've really enjoyed my footy. I've watched like every game that weekend. I've been back to like being that footy fan before I was played in the NRL.
Yeah.
Which is probably telling me that I'm in the right place. Like I actually love that. I love that I genuinely love the sport still. And so to answer that question, if I was to answer it just one out, it would be, definite fan, watch most games every week.
Nice. A true code head. I like that. Next one comes through from someone you know quite well, old Danny Robinson, one of the greats. She says, how has the team culture changed at the Wars since you were last there?
I think more of a sorry, before I answer it, Danny is one of the greats.
Yeah.
Actually,
good job.
I miss her very much. Yeah.
If
I was to think about how it's changed, bro, I think culturally in terms of, you think of a warrior, you think of a Māori warrior. I think we haven't really dived into our Māori heritage much, over the years when it's in fact in our name. So I think that has been the biggest step forward as a club for us. Obviously with Tohu taking over the captaincy, him being of that descent, he's really drawn on that. The things that we, I guess, relate to are quite often referred, in Māori. So I definitely think culturally from that aspect, we've had a big shift, a massive shift. And the buy-in we've had over the preseason has been pretty cool. Pretty cool to see the Aussie boys, getting amongst it and wanting to learn about it. And I think it's going to, keep us in good stead, for the season coming up.
Yeah, that's awesome. Boys could even bust out a haka, eh? Sure.
Oh, they'll do their best. Bro, what about that? I thought, back at the Wars, wonder when I'll have to do my first haka. Day one back at the Wars, I was out there pulling pukanas and that.
Oh, initiation, back in the mix.
I was like, far out there. Welcome back.
Oh, a lot of people often think you are Māori, so you can get away with
Ngāti
it.
Lao. I keep telling people Ngāti Lao, bro.
Right. And the last one from Tom Harris, he says, how is Nathan Brown different to other coaches you've had in the past?
Yeah, probably, touched on it a bit earlier in the potty where I said detail, strips it right back, puts a real emphasis on core fundamentals and moving better. I don't know if I've been involved with a coach that has dissected the game as deeply as, I call him Bob, but as deeply as Brownie, and has a real belief that you get your core basics right, the rest takes care of itself. So, yeah, quite often you can go into drills and, you're an NRL player, you're expected to be able to do this, this, and this. But he's sort of been like, nah, for the first block of preseason leading up to Christmas, we did no 13 on 13, no edge on edge. You know what I mean? It was all just reps, like passing reps and sort of stuff that sort of you can implement in those sort of drills. Whereas I know a lot of other clubs were ripping all that stuff out prior to Christmas, so that's probably to me where his biggest difference is. And it'll be real interesting to see, how it plays out, because even in the preseason game in the weekend when I was watching, like I saw some things that from certain players that they haven't been doing the, previous few years. And that was purely off the back of what we've done during the preseason. And I guess the angle that Brownie's come at us with. So yeah, see how we go.
Yeah, nice. And before we go, I'll let you get a little free plug in, bro. I've been sipping on a few of these tonight and just wanted to ask you, the old We On, is that your new business venture, bro? And how did you get into that?
Yeah, bro. So it is a tasty drop.
It is.
Yeah, bro. It's really good. So lemon lime, let's go, and berry banger. Two very good drops. So really happy with the product, and it's not. I'll just say I'm involved in it. I won't say that it's mine, but I'll say I'm involved in it with a good group of individuals. Individuals that a lot of people will know. They're sort of in the Auckland area, up and down New Zealand. Sort of got connections. Everyone's got their own thing going, and it was just a real cool opportunity to be a part of a brand that you like the ethos, of, and it's I guess controlled by really, really quality people. So yeah, really excited. It's been a long time in the making, man, like a long time. And when even, it's been a long time since the idea got pitched to me to be involved in it. So to see you sipping on one now, to see the public, receiving it and sipping on theirs, it's a real cool feeling. So hopefully everyone can get behind it and enjoy it.
Yeah, I can imagine. And it's genuinely bloody good. So,
oh, bro, imagine, hey, the Wars get a dub. We On in the sheds after have, you know what I mean? Like, it's a no-brainer.
It's meant to be. A few lemon lime and lish goes post the dub.
Like, can you imagine how many people are going to be saying that?
Oh,
like, come on.
Huge. Well, that's all I've got, bro. Cheers for jumping on, kicking things off for the potty. Bloody excited to have you back in Warriors colours. I think the way you handle yourself on and off the field is a real testament to the person you are. So thanks for your time today, bro. And hopefully catch you soon for a couple wee ons post a dub, like you mentioned.
I appreciate you having me on, Seals, and keep up the good work, bro. Keep up the awesome work.